Hello and welcome back to the channel. It's been a couple of weeks since I got out with the camera, properly anyway. Last weekend I planned to go for a wild camp in mid-Wales. Sadly that didn't materialise. I wasn't feeling particularly great, to be honest with you. So we ended up staying in a hotel in Porthmadog. And then we went up to Penmon Lighthouse and got a couple of okay images, but I still weren't feeling particularly great, so I didn't vlog it. But I'm back out this morning, feeling much better. And I've come to a place I've been wanting to come to for so long, which is Holme Fen. What an absolutely spectacular location it is. Silver birch, which are one of my favourite trees, absolutely everywhere. What a characterful and stunning place it is. So yeah, because I've not been here before, I'm just really planning to just walk around and just kind of see what I can find. If I don't come away with any great images today, I'm not overly bothered, but it's, you know, I'm treating it more as a scouting mission really, just to come and see what kind of shots I can kind of frame up. If I come away with a good image, that's just a bonus. Not on my own, I'm here with Steve. Steve Stain has been here a couple of times now. He absolutely loves the place. And it's the regular sort of hunting ground, if you like, of Jamie Overland. I'll put a link to both their channels in the description below. But yeah, I can see myself definitely coming back here, and I'm not entirely sure why I haven't been here before, because it's what, an hour and 10 minutes away from home. I've got no excuses really, so yeah, I'm definitely coming back here. We're just starting to see some signs of autumn coming through, some little splashes of orange and splashes of yellow. So yeah, I think maybe if I come back in a couple of weeks, this should be absolutely beautiful. One thing I did want to mention about Holme Fen, because it's a triple SI location, you really should be sticking to the paths here. So that's the plan today, is stick to the paths and just really get a feel for the area and see what shots we can find. So I'm going to move on and try and find Steve, who's gone off over yonder, and see what we find. So I haven't been walking very long and I've come across a scene here which I really like. Predominantly silver birches in the scene, but there's kind of one which is, I think, dead, and it's showing some really strong, deep golden colours. And then they've got a couple of trunks of silver birches that have been completely sheared off at some point, I guess with some high winds that have been around. It's quite a simplistic scene, but I think it's really nice. We've got a lovely touch of side light coming in on it, and I think it's going to make quite a nice scene. I put a polarizer on, which if I just turn this now, you'll see it starts to bring out those oranges and the greens just a little bit more vibrant. About there. And yeah, you've got these three silver birch on the right hand side. So you've got two which are basically flanking this middle one, which has obviously been caught in the winds and fell over time. But I think it makes quite a nice scene. So the only thing I'm not too sure about in the scene is really at the bottom of it, you can kind of just see there's a lot of what look like stinging nettles and stuff, which do look a bit messy, but I don't know. I don't think they're too much of a distraction in the scene. I think it's quite a nice image, but yeah, gonna go and see what else we can find now. Just keep finding shots everywhere around here. It's a stunning place. I'm really, really excited about this photo. There's something about it that's just really drew me in. Steve's gone up a bit more a walk towards the crossroads down that way. But this scene, I absolutely love it. So, can you see that on the camera? There's this silver birch here, a real sort of gnarly, twisted specimen. It's got little arms kind of all hanging out all over the place. People think I'm going a bit cuckoo here, but it almost looks like it's running away from the silver birch in the background. being very careful with this just to make sure I cut the sky out the scene. And what I've also done is made sure I've got a good amount of separation between the different trees in the background. Wow, what a stunning scene. And just with that pocket of light coming, just a slight subtle pocket of light coming through, which is just giving a touch of warmth to these ferns here. I think this is going to make a really, really nice photo. I'm going to pop it on the screen. Let me know what you think in the comments. But yeah, I've got to come back here. I've decided I don't like Holme Fen very much. I don't actually seem to get anywhere. I walk 10 yards and I get another bloody photo. Yeah, literally walked 10 yards since the last photo. And I came across a really, really basic scene here, but it's nice. The silver birch here are just different. A lot of them have just got like these nice sort of twists in them, and they've just got so much character. You got this is basically a foreground silver birch here, which is kind of just twisting up, lovely shaft of light coming through. Even with this quite harsh light that we've got now, I think it's working to be quite a nice scene. And then just in the distance, you've got another silver birch, just giving that little sense of depth to the image. And then just to the right of that, there's basically a silver birch which has fell down basically, which is just creating a nice, quite sort of intimate scene, to be honest with you. So yeah, this place is absolutely incredible. I'll pop this one on screen, but I really need to get a move on and yeah, see what else we find. So as you can see, the sun is right up now and it's absolutely baking. I came across another scene here, which I'm not sure it's going to work. It's a very different shot to what I would normally shoot. But I've got the 100 to 400 lens on and I'm in at 400mm. And even then I've put the camera into APS-C mode because I really don't want to get off the path, as I mentioned earlier. So in effectively at around 600mm. And there's some silver birds which have got a beautiful bright white bark to them, but they're creating like a natural arch which is leading right through into just the abyss really. It's just really dark. It's quite a nice looking scene, to be honest with you. So I'm gonna take this shot. If it's any good, I'll pop it on the screen. Just do me a favor though, remind me to take the camera out of APS-C mode, because it's very, very rare that I use it, but when I do use it, I always forget to turn it off. And just so you know, obviously by using APS-C mode, the camera is normally 42 megapixels. So effectively it's cropping in to around about 18 megapixels, which is still high enough for most prints, to be honest with you. But it just gives you that little bit of extra reach. I guess you could say I could do that back in the PC, but it just helps you when you're out in the field to kind of frame that shot up. So I think this could work out quite a nice shot, and I'll pop it on the screen.
sorry, go on.
It's little and large. What an absolutely stunning place. No, thanks for bringing me here, Steve.
I just needed to bring you here because I know you'll thrive in the place.
It's absolutely incredible. Just silver birches and obviously oak trees as well, which is actually sitting on at the moment. Just having a bit of a breather, really. But wow, even in the big bright blue sky we've got today, we're managing to find images. So it does dispel the myth that you need, like, you know, nice foggy conditions to get good woodland photos. I think it certainly helps.
Oh yeah. But it is, I think no matter whatever the day, you'd get an image here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Something on any day, definitely.
So as I say, just having a bit of a breather now, and I think we're going to carry on walking around a bit, really, see what else we find. There's a lake somewhere nearby.
There's one over the other side and there's one down the back here. That's probably more interesting, whether we want to go walk around the back of there.
Might even get some wildlife photography in, possibly.
Yeah.
I've got 100 to 400 on me, so I could possibly get something. So yeah, we'll, as I say, have a rest and give you updates soon. So just had a bit of a rest, as I say, on that big fallen oak, and we've just come across this absolutely beautiful scene. As I said earlier, the sun is right up and there's not a cloud in the sky, but it seems that the leaves are just creating their own kind of golden pockets of light. And I found this scene here with just behind the camera, which has got this oak tree on the left hand side, and then further beyond that it looks like it could be possibly some kind of pine tree actually, and then there's like a fallen branch on the right hand side, but it's just this lovely rich golden light. Initially I started with a shot sort of facing more kind of lateral, but I was getting too much excuse the glasses, but I was getting too much of the sky in the frame. So then I started to look around, I could see that there's these ferns a bit closer to the camera, which have been lit up by the sun. So I've actually pointed the camera more down to try and incorporate those, and I think it's making a really nice image. So I'm going to pop that one on the screen now, but I think we're just going to probably look at heading back to the car now, get a cup of coffee, take a little drive a little bit further up the road and see what's in a different area of Holme Fen. But as I said quite a few times this morning, what an incredible morning. We've made it back to the car. We were going to go and head over the other side over here and have a look at I think there's a lake and see what else is around, but to be honest, we're absolutely bushwhacked. We've done over 10,000 steps this morning nearly, so and the sun is really quite warm today, considering it's the 1st of October nearly. Yeah, I wasn't expecting it to be this warm. So I think we're pretty much done. We've got some good photos, I think, even with the conditions of the blue, bright blue skies. But I'm definitely coming back here in autumn proper, you know, when the bracken starts to go that really rusty orange colour and the leaves on the trees start to change, and hopefully a bit of fog as well. I just think it'd be absolutely incredible here. So with that, I just want to say thank you very much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon.